Hey, welcome back to Ivy Lilies. I'm Katie, and today we're making a castle, a mini castle, favor box / mini pinata. So first up, we had to cut our things out, and now we're folding. Fold along all the creases that your Cricut just made. You'll make sure it's nice and folded along the creases. Make sure you got the actual crease, and then you're going to repeat this over and over again until all the lines on your paper are creased and folded over, popping up. Let's do it to all of the pieces. Now if you're doing, I did do 12 of these. I found if you're doing a lot more than just one, go ahead and take each piece and fold them, and then separate the pieces into the categories as you see right here. And then when you go on to your next pinata, you just grab the piece you need and get to gluing. Now, after everything's folded, you want to make sure everything's in the correct spot before we go gluing. This is a very simple design. The name of the game of this design came up as 2 days before my daughter's birthday. She wanted to have a pinata. But can I hang a pinata where we was going? So she requested mini pinatas. I love mini pinatas, but I had to make 12 of them. So this is why we have a very basic shape. First up, you're going to glue it. Glue this bottom piece down. The longest piece is getting glued down first. Now I like to use the Beacon 3-in-1 glue. It's easy to use. It will dry quickly, which is what you want in this project. You can use another glue, but you're going to have to hold it a little bit longer than I do. The only downfall of this glue is it's kind of like hot glue with being a little stringy. But if you can get past that, it's okay. You just need a few dots on each pieces. Make sure it's lined up to the bottom of the base. And there you have it. Now, only 3 more sides to go. Grab your next piece. You're going to want to do the long piece right here first, and then a little side piece, and then you're going to add glue right here in the middle for your tab piece to connect the 2 sides together. So we're going to line that up first. You can either glue the tab part like I am right here to do that first and get that lined up. Hold it in place for a little bit of time to make sure that glue connects them both. Then once that's done, you're going to move on and make sure the bottom pieces are lined up. See how that's a little wonky already? We got to line that up before it actually dries all the way. This glue does give you that much time to fix something if you need to, which is great. It's not like hot glue, as in you put it down, then you can't move it, and then you're going to rip your paper. So this is forgiving glue. Once you have that piece, this is your door. You only want to put glue right here on this part, and then the tab part to connect the other piece to the door part. Glue here, glue not here. Do not put glue on your door. That's the part that's going to have the hole on it. And same thing we did to the one side, we're going to repeat it on this side. There's only one little piece that we have to glue down over here. That's this short piece there. And then next, we're going to do this a little longer folded piece. Fold it. It's better if you fold it in the crease like this and then add your glue, just to make sure it's in the right position. You don't want to be trying to fold it in a weird way when it already has glue on it. This just helps it out better. So once you have that lined up there, you're going to repeat and repeat and repeat. And then for the end part, I just add a little bit of glue on that tab instead of the other piece, and then just connect it like you did the other ones. Make sure it's sealed up. Make sure all the pieces are good in here. And this is what you're going to look like. And then the door just folds down just like that, but it will hold in place better when we put our top panel on. So let's grab the top panel. It's going to go right on top. Now for the gluing, you only want to glue it on this section outline where I have it, not the door part. You skip over that, then go over here and glue right there. Then you're gonna add your panel. You're gonna have to do this in little sections, just like you did putting the side pieces on in sections. You're gonna have to hold it in place in sections for the top part too. Trust me, it will stay together. Okay, when you put all the goodies in later on, it will stay together. So I like to do the one long piece first and then go over to the other pieces, and if the hole is big enough, you can put your hand in there and hold it on from the inside while the other hand's holding it on the outside. If you can't fit your hand in there for like another shape or so, you can grab your anything, popsicle stick, or I just use my weeding tool, stick it in there, and I hold it on the one inside while I hold the outside with my hand. It works just like that too. After everything's glued up, nice and dry and even. If you're making this a favor box, you definitely want to make sure your lines are lined up correctly when you're putting your top panel on, because then that's going to show up. Now, I thought I was going to leave it like this, but you'll see later. Let's go ahead and get our detail pieces glued up. I just used my same glue. I didn't feel, I'm making 12 of these, remember? So I'm going to make this as easy as possible, as quick as possible. I have 2 days to do this. Really like 1.5 days, if you want to think about it that way. For me stopping and giving the kids this and that, you know? So, gluing all these pieces here. Just to make life easier, we don't need to do little foam pieces throughout all these little tiny pieces. Nope. These details are found at ivylilies.com. They're in our magical crafting library if you want to snag you up some details. If not, you can just get the file for the basic shape castle off of Etsy. Our shop is Ivy Lily's Crafting Co. Ivy Lily's Crafting Co. I drew a blank. I did. Well, there you have it. The detail pieces are all glued up. And now we're going to add foam tape to this part. This just makes it pop. Gives it a little bit more dimension, you know. You apply the foam tape on there, and then you take off the little white pieces, and then you line it up again. There's lots of lining up on these projects. Once you think you have it right, then you press down, make sure it's all here, and there you have it, your detail castle pieces. Then I put some on the back, which is optional. And if I did my castle background in a blue color, that will look pretty good, but I do not have blue. So that's how it is. Favorite box number 1 option. Subscribe if you like. Now, since I did not add blue as my main pinata color, favorite box, I'm going around to adding crepe paper. I did this section after section, just like this. Went around, glued one piece all the way around, and then I repeated until I got up to the top part. And I'm just using the Lena's tacky glue for this one. Does not have to be the special quick drying glue to add your crepe paper onto your pinata. It will dry. It does not have to dry quickly, just a little bit. Now once I got up here, I just cut a few pieces off and tapped it on there. Easy peasy. And if you're wondering how long it took me to do this, it took me 11 minutes to add crepe paper to the castles. Each castle took 11 minutes. I timed it twice and I still came out at 11 minutes, which is pretty impressive if I don't say so myself. So this is going for the door. I did 2 on the sides, and then I did 1 crepe paper for both sides cut up. Very simple. Again, the fastest, simplest way I can get these out in time. I am a one-person show, and I'm doing all this by myself. So added some glue up here. I put the fringe that's only cut on one side on that part, leaving it, let it hang over some, because that will help when you close the door. You'll see in the final. And then same for this other side. And then that middle part is the part where I put the double fringe sided on. These are not going for a contest. They're just simply a birthday favor for a girl's birthday. You do not have to make them as perfect as possible. But if you are making favor boxes and you don't want to do this fringe, that's perfectly okay. It would be best if you matched your base pinata shape castle to the color of your castle. That way it blends in better. And then you can just dip it out like that. And if I had more time, I probably would put more details in the castle, like flowers and bushes and, you know, but I didn't. So for here, I cheated on this. Normally I would cut the fringe up and then glue it on here. This time I slopped it on here, and then I went back and cut up some fringes, which is, I think I might like that option a little better than the previous ones I've done before. It does save time. Again, this only took me 11 minutes. Now, I did not see this as I was doing this, but as I'm looking back, I see all those white spots. I did not see those white spots as you see it right now, or I would have glued more. But that is for the bottom. Like, who's gonna look down there? It sits, you know? And there you have it. Now, as I was saying, I did not cut these previously, so I'm going back, lifting it up, and just snipping a few down the middle. I feel like this was pretty fast work. It did not take me very long to do this at all, and they still had the fringes like a pinata does. I just did not take that time just to do fringes for like 30 minutes, seeing if I have enough or not. I just slopped it on there and snipped it away, just like that. Ta-da! Don't forget to add your string or ribbon to the door. If I'm being honest, some of them did not get all the cuts they needed to get cut. Most of them, the backs were only got cut. And here's your final look at the party. Right here with the detail pieces on. She wanted a blue Cinderella party. And here it is. She decorated her cake all by herself. Homemade cake and cupcakes. Found delish. And we're all singing her a lovely happy birthday, which I will save your ears for, because we all know that tune does not sync up very well. And there you have it. Again, if you want to have this file, it's at ivylilies.com. Thanks. See you later. Happy crafting.